All right, I haven't done this for a while, so we're going to take a peek at the World War III situation. Now, specifically, I want to look at the heightening pissing contest between the United States and Russia. And hopefully, between inept leadership and fucking warhawks, we don't end up in one of those situations, but that's what I want to look at here. So we're just looking at the energy, the situation between the United States and Russia. Okay, so our root card is the reversed lovers, and the main card, hold on, I'm gonna shut that off. All right, so the main card is the Five of Cups, and the reverse card, the root card here is the reverse lovers. Now it's interesting right away because this shows a fucking married couple in both of these cards. Now, the root card here in the lovers, this is a card of marriage. This is a card of commitment, right? It's when you completely give yourself to the other and the other gives itself to you. Now, this thing reversed is showing a breaking of a commitment. And the main card that shows up here is the Five of Cups. And this shows the old married couple where communication has broken down. Immediately, this feeds into what I have believed for a while. And it's like the nemesis aspect of the United States and Russia is what they call in wrestling a work, right? That I've always felt like the leaders are in some sort of agreement. And then the rest is just fear so they can justify all of the weapons, right? And here it looks like that may have been true, but that the commitment that they've made to each other is being broken. And that is bad news. So let's just see what's on either side of this Five of Cups: the Tower and the Judgment card. Holy shit. So the Tower is, it's something. So this would have been an act of destruction. And it's hard to not read, 9/11 into that somehow. But here we have something that was a confining, probably agreement here that could be a treaty, I guess. But the tower itself is like a prison, it's a confining thing. And here, the prison gets blown up. Now that I'm thinking about it, this since the Russian sub or ship or whatever is near Cuba, there is an American prison in Cuba called Guantanamo Bay, right? So this might be some sort of destruction of Guantanamo Bay. And then as it moves forward, we have the freaking judgment card. So the judgment card is when the final decision is made or faced, and this doesn't look very good for the scenario where one of these sides might actually do the fucking stupid shit. Now, I want to be a little more clear about this, but as this moves forward from the communication breakdown that shows in this Five of Cups, the judgment card would show some sort of great decision being made, a judgment being passed, right? So I just want to see if there's going to be some actual foolish action out of either. Well, maybe all of their actions are foolish, but I'm talking about a real strike. And so we get the Nine of Wands. And here, the Nine of Wands, the person is trapped in the maze. And this is kind of how much hope that they have that the future can be different than the past. So this would show, I mean, it depends on whether this person is hoping for peace or whether they're hoping for war, right? But this is like a test of hope and faith. So this would say, as far as a real strike happening, probably not immediately, but maybe. I mean, like someone is hoping for that. And if they decide to go up these stairs, then that would be the thing. And it's like, how much faith do they have that they can actually do it or carry it out? I'm going to pull one more card on this Nine of Wands just to see what we got. Right. And we do have a Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is basically someone in an internal deadlock. So this would show fear and desire being equally strong and nothing being done. So this is the same sort of message as far as a real strike happens, maybe not immediately, but this also shows that whoever would do the actual strike might not be, it's like a different energy, like a different power. It might not be the same as these fucking clown leaders that are there, which is super interesting. It's like the decision to actually go to real war isn't made by the fucking clown leaders that are there. Because here we have this commitment being broken, but here it shows that there is like some sort of holding back that happens, you know? Okay, now this is just looking directly at the relations between the United States and Russia. So I'm not really looking at the rest of the world stuff, but let's just see as far as like other energies that could be showing up here, what we get for that. And here we get a reverse Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is like generosity. And here the person, they have all the pentacles, they've got a bunch in abundance, and here's the ghost. And the ghost is like, hey man, give me one of them pentacles. He's like, oh sure. Now it's basically giving to something that will never change. And I think this is kind of how the whole military industrial complex works anyway. But here, when this thing is upside down, the ghost has the power. So this is more like extortion than generosity. But it has the thing like the hungry ghost, the eternally hungry ghost, just taking, right? So as far as other energies that are not the United States and Russia, this is just the fucking hungry ghost that keeps stealing money. And that is the war machine. At least that's the way that I would read this. So, other than the United States and Russia and their dealings with each other, we've got the war machine that is constantly stealing. So I'm just going to pull one more card to see if there's anything else that I would need to know about this situation. And we get the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is basically insult. And to me, this is saying that these two energies are going to do everything that they can to kind of insult and humiliate the other one, like fucking children, right? But what happens here, the soldier has invaded the city, the people of the city have surrendered, shown in the white flag there, and the soldier is taunting them when they can't do anything about it. And this is just basically insult. It's troll energy. So there's going to be a lot of baiting and a lot of insult that is going to be thrown around in this situation. And hopefully, I mean, I was going to say hopefully that our leaders will not fall for this sort of shit, But this Two of Swords is implying that our clown leaders are not the ones that would actually make the decision on whether or not to strike, right? So if there's anything that is somewhat hopeful, it's that these fucking idiots that we see, as our elected leaders don't actually have the power to do this. They're not the ones. I mean, that does hint at there being another invisible layer, right? But in this case, that's probably good. So that's what we have here. I would love to hear what you think about any of this stuff or whatever. And hopefully, we don't end up in the midst of a freaking nuclear war. That's what we have for today, and peace.